Hello again, guys! Moving on from where we last stopped, our to-do application is almost functional now, but it could definitely make use of some CSS. Let's take that chance to take a look at how to deal with CSS frameworks in AngularJS. For this example, we're going to be using the Bootstrap framework. Bootstrap is a CSS framework created by Twitter guys to help you building organized, beautiful and responsive websites. If you're not familiar with Bootstrap or CSS frameworks in general, don't worry about it. Let's check step by step how to include it and how to use it into our project. First, let's get Bootstrap CSS and include it to our app. You can get the official Bootstrap code on getbootstrap.com. But to spice things up a little bit, let's download a colorful Bootstrap theme instead of using the vanilla flat Bootstrap appearance. First, go to bootswatch.com or any other template site that you like and choose your favorite template flavor. I like the Amelia color scheme here. So let's get the CSS file and save it into our projects folder. I could get the minified version of the CSS instead if I wanted to deploy to a production environment, but since that's just an exercise, let's go with the full version. After adding the CSS file, let's open our index.html and add an extra line to import the file into the project. Now, the framework CSS is already on your project. But there are a few additions we'll have to do in our code in order to take advantage of it. First, let's add the container class to the body so we can make use of a fluid grid. Then, let's add a new div and let's class a row fluid and add everything we already have into it. Now your application will not extend over the width of the page in any circumstance. Next, let's add an extra div and set a class with the column width and another one with the offset width, so we can centralize our content in the page. Then, we want our form to stand out a little bit, so let's add a new div with the Jumbotron class, which is Bootstrap class for the main banners and header content. And then let's add some classes to the text input and to the add task button so they look more classy. It already looks less terrible. Now let's merge the input and the button using a little Bootstrap trick called input group. First, we create the input group container around the input, and then we add a span called input group btn, and we add a button to it. Go back to our view, and it looks way better now. Now, to prettify the task list, let's make it into a list group. For that, we only need to add the list group class to the container and the list group item class to the ngRepeat div. Let's add an extra couple classes to the delete button to make it look more fancy,